is an online platform that enables us to host meetings, chats, or even phone calls in Zoom rooms with participants all across the world. To register for a Zoom account, go to zoom.us and click on Sign Up. It's free. There are many plan and pricing options when registering a Zoom account, but the free option enables you up to 40 minutes talk time in your meetings. Once you have registered your Zoom account, you can sign in on the online portal by going to Sign In, typing in your email address and your password. Or you can sign in by the desktop portal. You have to download Zoom onto your computer before you are able to share meeting rooms. You cannot host meetings without this step. There are two ways to download Zoom. Go to zoom.us, scroll all the way down, and at Downloads, select Meetings Client. The second way is to go to your top right at Host Meeting. Select any one of these three options to download your Zoom. On your Zoom dashboard, you will find 4 icons. At Schedule, you can select a specific day and time to host your meeting. You can also select the duration. You have the option to add a password for only specific applicants to attend. You can also select Waiting Room, which sends attendants to a waiting room prior to you allowing them into your meeting. Share Screen enables you to share a screen into someone else's meeting. Join allows you to join someone else's Zoom meeting by entering their meeting ID or personal link name. New Meeting enables you to host a meeting. Hello. Remember, once you enter a meeting room, to always select Join with Computer Audio and to test your speaker and your microphone output before attending. To change any of your Zoom settings, open your dashboard, go to the Settings option, and select what you need to do. Once you're in your Zoom account, there are many toggles at the bottom, which you can use throughout your meeting. Let's take a look. The first is a microphone for you to mute and unmute yourself. Remember to select your microphone and speaker output option before your meeting. Next, we have a video option for you to select your camera on or off. As with the microphone, select your camera output option. Here we have security settings. You can lock your meeting, enable waiting room, share screen, or allow participants to share screen. Allow participants to talk, rename themselves, unmute themselves, or start their own video. You can suspend participant activities altogether. If you select participants, it shows you all the participants in the meeting. There will be a drop-down list here. You can invite new candidates. You can mute all, or you can unmute all if they are all muted. If you select More, you will see a drop-down list of options for you to choose from. This is only available for the host of a meeting. If you are a participant or a host in a meeting, the above options are available to you. Mute or unmute, more for profile, or rename. You can also select your video, on or off. Chat. With chat, you are able to talk to the participants in your meeting room or send them specific messages. Share screen enables you to share a screen to all the participants in the meeting room. You can give the option to participants to share a screen on their own or multiple participants to share simultaneously. You can also deselect sharing options and only enable yourself to share your screen. If you select reaction, this enables you to give rewards or reactions to participants in the meeting. This option is also available if you are attending someone else's meeting. Apps is a new function enabling you to add in applications into your meeting, such as Google or possibly some game links. You can also record your meetings. The bottom right allows you to end a meeting. You can end meeting for all, or you can leave meeting and enable participants to speak among themselves after you have left. This option will keep your meeting room open to all. At the top right, you can see the view option. This enables you to have different views during your meeting. Speaker selects the person speaking. Remember, this will interchange between all candidates speaking. Gallery view will allow you to see all students speaking in one continuous row. Immersive allows you to put students in a classroom view. Non-video participants do not have a video to show. You can select Show Non-Video Participants and their name will pop up in a bubble. Or you can select Full Screen option, which allows your screen to be visible to all candidates at all times. Once you're in your Zoom meeting, you're able to share a screen. This really helps to boost your meeting. You can share things like YouTube videos, online PowerPoints, or pictures. Let's see how we can do this. Select Share Screen, and you will see all your windows open on your desktop. Remember to close any window that you do not want somebody else to see. This will be visible to all participants in your meeting. Before my meetings, I always open up any tab that I want to use during my presentation. This can be anything from a syllabus, a PowerPoint, a fun YouTube video, or a picture. It's always handy to use all the resources at your disposal during a lesson. Zoom also has a whiteboard option that allows you to interact with your students or for them to interact with you. Select Share Screen, Whiteboard, Share. You can change the size of your whiteboard. The students' videos will be seen above, or you can minimize so that only your video toggle is visible to all the students. In this share screen option, you can see an almost paint-like toggle above your screen. If you lift your mouse to the top of your screen, you will see the same dashboard as in your initial Zoom video call window, where you can select different students to participate or stop share. You can also select more to disable other students from annotating during your lesson. This is very handy. Let's take a look at the options on our whiteboard dashboard. If I would like to write a sentence, I can select text. You can choose the size. You can also move this around by selecting your select toggle. You have a drawing option, and you can choose the color. Let's see, green. You can add a stamp if a student is correct or has done something wrong, or if you liked what they had done. You also have a spotlight. This is very handy when you're reading and you want students to follow the words. There is an eraser option. You can take away what you have done or what students have done. You can also undo or redo. Clear will clear all or only your drawings, leaving students' drawings visible. You also have the option to save the work on the whiteboard for later reference. If you would like to pin a specific student into your view pane, you can hover over their screen, select More, Add Pin. They will then pick up as a dual screen. This is a handy option when you're asking a specific student to answer a question or speak to you directly. All right, you have various students attending your meeting room. You will see participants 3, but I can only see 1. Where is the other? You can right-click or select participants. It will give you the drop-down list of who is attending. Hover over their image and select Admit. That will then allow the student to join your meeting. A student can also enter a meeting by coming in on their own. You will then see a request to join the meeting, which you can then allow in the same way we just allowed Batman into our meeting. Sometimes during our meetings, we will receive a running out of time pop-up. You can select Upgrade, and it will give you a little bit more time for that meeting. Let's look at an example of how to interact with our students. Go to your shared screen, your lesson. So on the right, you can see a drop down of the students in your class. Now, if there are more, this drop down list will lower and you can actually switch through the students to see who you want to call on. Let's pretend we are asking our students a question about the lesson that they're learning today. Who can tell me where is the on ball? Wonder Woman, Batman, who can help me? Please raise your hand. Okay, so Batman raised his hand. If you would like a student to lower their hand, you can hover over their screen, click on the More option, and lower their hand. You can also pin them so that they are the main speaking view. All right, now their picture won't move between the lesson. Batman, please can you unmute your microphone? All right, now sometimes students are unresponsive, and what we do when that happens is we ask to unmute. What will happen on their side? They will see a bubble that pops up and requests unmute. They can then select yes. Students can also annotate during their lesson to give you answers, and this also makes the lesson more interesting. All right, so we've opened up our lesson and we have our students in class. You move your toggle pane to the best visual option for you. The students don't see this. Their toggle pane is separate to them. Batman, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Can you move your cursor up, select Annotate, and find your drawing tool? Batman, have you found your drawing tool?
Yes.
All right, good. Can you please circle the correct answer? In. Good. All right, so we can use our annotation option to enable students to draw and circle. Now, let's say Batman were to circle the wrong answer and his drawing tool were to get a bit out of hand. There are ways for us to clear that up. Let me show you. Oh. All right, so when this happens, you can either select your eraser option and erase what the student has done, or you can clear all drawings and give the correct answer yourself. You can also go to the top of your toggle, click More, and select Disable Annotation for Others. This will disable the annotation option for all of your students, and only you will be able to use your drawing tools. What do we do when we have unresponsive or misbehaved students? You may think it's a bit hard for an online teacher to manage this, but if you don't have the help of a TA, there are options that you can follow. Let's see. Batman, can you please help me? I am looking for under. Can you circle under? Sometimes we need to repeat a question. So let's try again. And this time you can perhaps pin the student into the main view. All right, they are pinned over here. Batman, can you see me? Can you show me a like or raise your hand if you can see and hear me? All right, so sometimes students still don't respond. Now, what do we do when we have a noisy student? Oh my goodness. All right, Batman, please can you turn off the music? All right, so when a student does not listen, you can unmute them or mute them. But sometimes students pretend that they cannot hear you and they deselect their unmute button. What do we do in this situation? Batman is unresponsive and does not want to learn. I would then add a pin, draw him down to my view, and speak to him directly. If that still does not work, you can give him a warning and let him know that you are going to send him to the waiting room and have the TA speak with him. Let's see how we can do that. Hover over his screen, select More, and go to Put in Waiting Room option. There you go. The only student left is Wonder Woman. Now, this is not the ideal option to deal with unresponsive students. This should be the absolute last resort. Always try to have students speak with you at least 2 times directly before you move them to the waiting room.